First of all, he's looking at me like I'm a piece of fried chicken. He left his keys inside the apartment and he locked himself out the apartment.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Only gone for a year, only know like once.
What's up, y'all? It's Kirakia. If you've been here before, then you already know what's up. And if it's your first time, come join the club because it's a vibe over here and subscribe. So I'm about to do a story time that is not even it's not even a joke, but it happened so long ago. It happened like what, 3-4 years ago, and I kind of want to talk about it because I was on YouTube Live and somebody was talking about how they almost got kidnapped, and I was like, yeah, let me do a story time because I had ordered some food. So this is gonna be a mukbang. A little hungry. It is so late. Like, I have been up. It's just like, bro, it's literally 12:30. It's almost 1 in the morning. So I had gotten some vegan food, chips and beans. Is the chips French fries? Let's open it. I'm trying to be demure about it. Good job, Mom. This came in there. All right. Serious topic. So I feel like I need to. Oh, it's chips, like actual chips. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I thought it was French fries, but they be saying chips and fish, like French fries. So the chips and then the beans. Okay, this is good. I have been trying to not eat meat, trying to eat healthy. So yeah, let's get into it. So first I'm gonna preface this by saying my life. Like, this really happened to me. Like, this is not for clout. Like, this is dead ass serious. And hopefully this is to bring awareness and a cautionary tale. You need to be aware of your surroundings, and you gotta be careful about who you're around. You gotta be careful about who you're around. I'm a little shook even talking about it right now, but I'm gonna talk about it. Let me get my water. So I had went on a business trip. It was with long story short, it was this Kalahari. If you know Kalahari, it's this famous water park, and I guess it's considered luxury, whatever. So Kalahari, we're in PA. So there's two girls that I'm like cool with at the time, and one of them has a car, right? So it was basically like beef between the team that I was on, other team with. Actually, I'm not going to even say the name. I'm about to edit it out. It was this company. Everybody knows this company. There's like teams basically with the product, with the service that they provide, that we basically have to like sell. So I was on one team, and the two girls that I was cool with, they're on another team. So it was like beef because it's like, oh, so-and-so is cool with these girls, but they're on another team. So it was already like tension and like kind of like a rivalry between the teams, even though it's within the same company. So we go into Kalahari. Long story short, the girls on my team didn't really fuck with me, and I didn't really fuck with them. So I went with the girls that was on the other team to like dorm and room with. So we had our own hotel room. This is what the beans is looking like. It's black beans. I hope it's seasoned. It's nice and hot though, so that means that it's fresh. Oh, this look good. It's hot. Oh, this is fresh. Okay. First bite. I'll put this in this bowl. Ooh, y'all heard my stomach? I heard my stomach just now. Oh my god. Nah, that's OD. That's really OD. So yeah. So I'm rooming with these two girls, right? For like 2-3 nights, I think. Get to PA, Pennsylvania. We drove, mind you, I drove there with those two girls in the homegirl's car. So we get there and we in Kalahari. So we go for the convention. The convention is great. We like but it was kind of messy because when I pulled up with those two girls. And remember, it's based off teams. And those girls weren't on my team. And I was basically like excluded from the team that I actually belonged to, but I didn't care because we could pull up. So I pull up. They had the team that I was on. They had their whole jersey, t-shirts, thing. And I came in with my own outfit, with my crystal and everything. Like, I was just in black and brown. Like, I looked mad different from everybody else on the team. And it was just like, what the fuck? Like, why is Kimberly wearing this if she's on this team? So it was messy. And even like he was very manipulative. He was like the head leader of the group. And he was pimping out the little girls. Like, they was doing some stuff. I'm gonna get into that later. But long story short, it was like tension. It was like, oh, she coming in here with so and so, and that they're not even on her team, and she's not even on their team. Da da da. Whatever. So, but we still had a good time because we in PA, the sun was out. We in Kalahari. Kalahari is nice. It's a big water park. We didn't actually go to the water park, but we was on the resort. So the trip itself was good. It was just a lot of messiness. It was a lot of tea. It was a lot of drama. So now, the last day, right? It's the last day. We all happy. We're like, oh my God, we had so much fun. We're like, we want to stay longer. We want to stay like one more day in PA. Like, we didn't want to go back to New York because it was like, yo, it's mad lit. Like, you know? Like, it was so fun. Like, I remember, I'm just like, oh, I'm thinking about it now that was a pretty fun trip. But it was so short. So we trying to figure out, me and the two girls, we trying to figure out like, what's the move? Like, we getting drinks. We like, what's the move? Like, we don't want to go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have to rush back home. We could have stayed because we had our schedules were freed up. She's like, yo, what's the move? Like, what should we do? Da da da. So, long story short, one of the girls is like, yo, I know this guy. Let me hit him up. Let me see, like, we could stay with him or So she hits him up. Long story short, her and this guy, they haven't talked for mad long, like a year. And he had a kid, he had a baby mom. They was just like, I guess like a situationship, whatever. So, you know, they cool, they talking, whatever. And he's like, yeah, pull up, I'm gonna get y'all telly, da da da. So we're like, okay, yeah. So we lit. So we're like, oh yeah, okay, all right, we lit. Mind you, we was by the resort. It was so sunny. It was nice. It was like, yes, like, it was like a mini vacation type shit. I'd be like, okay, we're gonna stay with this nigga. And I trusted this girl. It was me with those two girls. They was besties, and I was like the new girl in the group. It was like the three of us, and I trusted them. I'm like, okay, I trust them with this guy, and I'm telling them like, yo, like we good, we should be good, right? Like they're like, yeah, we good. Da, da, da. He's gonna take care of us. I'm like, all right. In my head, I'm like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I trust them. I ain't gotta work because me, the way I move, I'm very militant. I'm very vigilant. I do not play that shit. Okay, like especially especially if it's dealing with a man or that you don't know. But I'm like, you know what, I trust them. You know, we was mad close at that time. Me and those two girls, we was mad cool. So I trusted them. Shouldn't have trusted them. I should have taken my black ass back to New York and ended that trip when it ended. But we want to be all like city girl, like, oh, we outside the last. So this is when it got crazy. So for some reason, the girl is driving in her car to meet this guy at the telly, right? Something just felt a little off. Like, I don't know what it was, like the demeanor, and because she was talking to him and she's like, oh, he's acting standoffish or whatever. So we just kind of brushing it off, but something just felt a little off. I don't know, like, I couldn't put my finger on it, but something felt a little off. I'm like, you know, we already there. So I remember how we all felt when we got to the telly. First of all, he was like, it's a hotel. It was not a hotel. It was a motel. Dirty. Y'all, it was just crazy. I was like, is this what he was talking about? This is So I'm like, okay, all right, like what's really going on? So we pull up to the motel and we're just like, what the fuck is this? Like we're all like flabbergasted, like what is going on? So it literally gets worse. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to adobo. It just needs a little more season. Just a little more season. So we like, oh, we hungry. You know what I'm saying? We're like, okay, we hungry. So it's like, okay, we gonna get some food. And when we pulled up, like, I'm used to a certain type of treatment. Food on deck, everything's ready. You know what I'm saying? You got the drinks, you got the bottles, you got the food, you got everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm used to. So when we pulled up, and it was just like we was waiting for him, and then there was no food, and it's like, where's the bottle? Like, you know what I'm saying? All it was just one douce. It was just one douce bottle with no food. And we're like, where's the food? And as you can see, I can eat. Like, I'm eating right now. I eat. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, where's the food? Like, what's going on? What type of nigga is this? Like, what the fuck? And I'm just looking at the girl that was like, girl, like, this is the nigga he was talking about. Like, what's going on? Like, hello? So there's no food, but there's a whole bottle of douce. That's not okay. You see how that ran? That was not okay. Like, where's the douce? God, don't judge me. I'm putting soy sauce. Soy sauce is good. I be eating soy sauce with everything. But back to the story. Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? So in my head, I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, you know what? But it just wasn't giving. Like, it was supposed to be giving 5-star hotel food. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was supposed to be giving. Like, we go out. It was just giving, like, what? So now, what I'm thinking is, like, is he broke? Like, whatever, you know? Like, what's going on? So we literally go to Wendy's, y'all. We go to Wendy's on our own, me and the two girls. He doesn't get the food for us. We have to get the food. And we're just like, what? I'm like, yo, we're really in Wendy's right now, in the middle of PA. Mind you, we're in the middle of West Bumblefuck. Like, what is going on? I was so irritated, right? I was so irritated. Because I'm like, yo, I trusted these girls. Like, what is going on right now? Like, I should just went home. So we get in our Wendy's, we eat in, so we get back, right? And when he's there in the hotel room. And so it's me, the other girl, and the girl that talks to the guy. So we're thinking we're all gonna get our own separate rooms. He only got one room with 2 beds. And it's the 4 of us. So I'm like, why is there only 2 beds if it's the 4 of us? And y'all fuck with each other. And it's just me and then the other girl. So now I'm like, this is mad suspect. It's because the way he's looking, first of all, he's looking at me like I'm a piece of fried chicken. I'm just like, what's going on? Then like, I felt mad uncomfortable. And then my other friend, she felt mad uncomfortable too. He's like, oh yeah, you know, guys, relax. Me, I start getting into like, what's that word? Like, my antennas start going up and I'm like, I'm on guard. Something is fishy. Something is not right. So the friend that talks to him, he tells her, oh yeah, go take a shower, you know, get comfortable. So she goes, she takes a shower. And after this whole situation, she was saying how she wasn't even comfortable going in the shower. She was just like, what's going on? Like, that's some people like, oh yeah, go take a shower, like go get clean. So we're just like, okay, whatever. So I'm already on guard because first of all, you didn't get us no food. You only got us a bottle of douce. It was just not given. It was not given. So now, this is where it got so fucking crazy. Like, oh my God. So he left out the room. So it's just me and the other girl, right? Me and the other girl that don't fuck with the guy, right? So the girl that messes with the guy, after she takes a shower, she goes out and she meets up with him outside the motel. So we're on like the 2nd or 3rd floor and they're on the ground level. He's in this car. So she was supposed to get something from him or something, but it started taking mad long. Like, and remember the 2 girls, they're besties, so they know each other. So she's like, I'm gonna call the girl who was not fucking with the guy, but was the bestie of the girl that was fucking with the guy, Kay. And then the other one I'm gonna call Shay. So Kay and Shay. So Shay was the one that was messing with the guy. Kay is the girl that was Shay's friend. Kay and Shay's bestie, and I'm like the third in the group. And then the guy, we're gonna call him Fried. I'm just gonna call him Fried. So Fried is the bum ass nigga, right? So now Shay is talking to Fried, and she's taking mad long because she's supposed to come back because we're like, you know, we're gonna chill, you know, go to bed. So it's mad good, y'all. So wait. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. Like, so she comes back, right? Shay comes back. Shay comes back furious. She left to go meet Fried in a calm, regular state and manner. She came back angry, flustered, frustrated, angry, mad. And we're like, what the fuck? We're like, Shay, what happened? What's going on? Especially Kay, because Kay is besties with her. They've known each other for years. So Kay is like, Shay, what's going on? Like, what's going on? She's like, oh, nah, nothing. Fuck that nigga. I ain't got time for him. He's always on some bullshit. And she's red. She's light skinned. So she's red. So she's really angry. She's really worked up. So we're like, what's going on? What's going on? So I was already, like I said, my antennas was already up. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, I'm going to go out there and see what's up. Shay does not have her phone on her, and Shay does not have her keys. While she's arguing and talking about this guy and how she's frustrated, we're asking her, okay, we're like, okay, Shay, all right, where's your phone? Where's your keys? Like you got everything you need? Like before he leaves. Because basically he was gonna leave and, you know, whatever the argument, the situation was about. So she doesn't have her phone and she doesn't have her keys. So me and Kay immediately start getting worried. I got worried. I'm like, so where's your shit? So now I go downstairs and I walk to Fried car. So he's in his car and I'm there. And I'm talking to him and I'm standing outside the car. And the whole time I was thinking, do not get in that car. Do not get in that car, Kim. So I'm talking to him and I'm like, yo, like, what's good? I'm not trying to get involved in y'all shit, but I'm just trying to look for Shay's phone and Shay's keys, her car keys. We're in the middle of PA, way out. We're way out, y'all. We're way out deep in PA. And this nigga got her mad and he wasn't trying to like fix the problem. He was just ready to leave or whatever he was going to do. So now, hold on. So now, hold on, let me take off my, I want to take off my lip gloss. He's like, oh, just come in the car. He keeps telling me to come in the car. He keeps trying to tell me to come in the car. He keeps trying to tell me to come in the car. I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, I just need her to get her keys. And he's like, has a little smirk on his face and he's trying to act all like, you know, suave, like, oh, come in the car, like, come in the car. I'm like, nah, like, where's her keys? And he's not trying to really look for her keys. Like, he sees me looking in the car. The car is mad dark. It's black because it's nighttime. He's not even trying to, like, put the flashlight on or nothing. He's just, oh, come in the car. Like, oh, I don't know, you know, just come in the car. Like, are you gonna help me look for her keys, or are you just gonna sit there? So that's the vibe it was giving off, and that's when I knew something wasn't really right. But I knew not to get in the car, because if I got in that car, God knows what would have happened. So I made sure to stay out the car. I was just like overreaching in the dark with my own flashlight, and he's just sitting there trying to be like, like whatever. And he was trying to drive off. He was trying to drive off, and I was just like, nah, like, because I was pressing him and I was giving him a look. I was giving him a look like, do not fucking play with me, because you don't know, like, I'm Jamaican. We don't rap with them sitting there. So eventually I find her keys and her phone. It was literally all the way in the back, not in the back, in like, because she was sitting in the passenger seat, like all the way in that little corner. Mind you, it was dark, so I had to really look. It took like a good 5 to 10 minutes. So I got her stuff, right? So now when I find her stuff and I go back upstairs, mind you, I'm talking to Kay, and I said, okay, Kay, I got her stuff, because Kay knows that Shay could get flustered and she could get emotional. So that's why we was like kind of like, we was trying to make sure that she's good. So I go upstairs to the hotel room now, and Fried, he's gonna be like, y'all don't worry about the hotel room, don't leave, just stay there, I got it. And we're like, okay. We are too intelligent. Because the way he said it, he said it normally, but it's like the connotation behind it, the meaning behind it, we knew it wasn't genuine, and we knew it wasn't good. He was plotting something. Because why would you get Shay so mad that she starts crying and she's red, and you're in the car about to drive off with her keys and her phone, and I come down and you're still trying to drive off, and I had to find the keys and the phone, and why are you trying to tell me to get in the car? If you see that we care about our friend, why are you trying to drive off with her phone and her keys, and why are you trying to get me to come in the car? So now this is when, y'all, I'm telling you, on my life, this really happened, and it's like, please, like, you just gotta be aware. You just gotta be aware. And back when I was kind of desperate to be all up in the mix, that shit is, you really can get into some shit for real. It was like, by the grace of God, I'm here alive, because let me tell y'all what happened now. So now we're back up. He tells us, oh, just stay in the hotel room. Don't worry about it. I got you. Like, he made sure to tell us to stay in the hotel room. It was just like, okay, like, so at first we're like, cool. We're like, okay, yeah. So we start drinking a little bit. I think we finished off our food, and something just kicked in where Kay was like, nah, we're not gonna stay here tonight. We're not gonna sleep here tonight. Kay was like, nah, we're not gonna sleep here tonight. And that's when it clicked in my head, like, we don't trust this nigga. We don't trust this guy. You didn't, first red flag was you had us go to a motel, a cheap motel at that. Very cheap, very dirty. It wasn't dirty, but it was just no. Then you got our friend mad, and he was ready to leave. A real man that cares about somebody, if somebody gets mad, you wouldn't even get them mad to the point she was irate. Like, she was literally throwing shit, and she was yelling. She was very mad. And she was red. Like, she didn't even know that she didn't have her phone and her keys, her car keys. She has a whole car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Car keys are mad important. Hello? We're in the middle of a whole different state. Me and the other girl, we don't have a car. So those were the 3 red flags. And then him acting very, like, too friendly and lustful. Because I remember the way he was just looking at me and stuff like that. I was just like, nah. Mind you, I was covered up. But you could obviously still see, like, curvy. So now, this is when it gets crazy, right? Because I'm painting the picture for y'all, just so y'all can follow along, to see the signs, But we saw the signs, but not all of them. Kind of ignored it. Because to be honest, when we pulled up to the motel, we should have known to just leave. But we were so desperate to stay in PA and not go back to New York that, you know what I'm saying, we settled for less and dropped our standards, which do not do, right? That was a learning lesson for me because of child. So at this point, we all are women. We all have intuition. Our intuition is kicking in and something just does not feel right. Something just does not feel right. So we have the keys. We have the hotel keys, but we're not, Kay especially was like, we're not going to sleep here. We're not going to sleep here. Because we said it before we left, like, what if he tries to come back and do something to us? Because she left, he left, and they was in an argument, they was in a disagreement. And mind you, another thing to consider, they was not talking before. She just hit him up out the blue, like they knew each other, but they wasn't in communication. So, and that was over a year. People can change within a year. Shit can change. And she also suspected that he didn't have no money like that because he only had a bottle and he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like he was probably low on money, whatever. So now we're packing our stuff and we're getting ready to leave. This time, I like literally, I could feel how I remembered. Something was just not sitting right with my spirit. It was like we was in a rush. Like the way we packed our stuff, we got up and left, even though we was tired. We was like, we have to leave. So we left, we got in our car, we started driving. We started driving, and Kay was the one that was driving. Now Kay, we was all a little drunk already. We was like tipsy. And I don't know how to, I technically can't drive. I mean, I don't know. I mean, on the highway, yeah, but not drive. I can't drive. I could drive, but not drive. So Kay was the one driving. So Kay is like, driving. Mind you, it was mad late in the night. It's probably almost like 11, 12 midnight. So you already know, we were tired. We was already out all day. So she's driving and everything just starts feeling like we're in a fucking action movie where we're being chased. Like the feeling just was not, and the feeling just got worse and worse. Hey, luckily her dad lives in PA. So Kay talks to her dad and she asks if she can stay with her dad. She asked her dad if she could stay with him. He's like, yeah, you can come over. He has like an apartment. Yeah, he has an apartment. And he lives there alone. So we go over there, right? We go to Kay's father's house. When we get there, the feeling that I had, I knew something wasn't right. It was like as if something was literally after us, I swear. It sounds crazy, but I swear. And I'm going to explain why I feel like something was after us. Someone, whatever you want to call it. She calls her father, right? Her father was, I guess, dozed off, was sleeping. He's an older man. So eventually she gets her father up. He's wide awake, right? When he comes out his apartment and he comes to meet us. So the three of us, we get out the car, we park our car, and as we're walking to the door to get inside the Kay's father apartment complex, the feeling that something wasn't right just amplified. Especially since it was after 12. At this time, it's like after 12 in the morning. So we all say, hi, Mr. So-and-so, how are you? And, you know, it's kind of like it's late in the night. It was unexpected. He didn't expect her to call him. So he's just like, you know, tired and a little, not groggy, but he was just tired. So now we go to this man's apartment door. And he starts looking for his keys. He left his keys inside the apartment and he locked himself out the apartment. When I tell you, Janor said, we did frighten. We said, how he left his keys? Anybody with an apartment knows that's the main thing. That's the first thing you check to see if you have your keys. Mind you, look at the time, it's 12. Ain't no really hardware store or no, maintenance people is up. Everybody's sleeping. So we're locked out. He's locked out his apartment and we're waiting. We're waiting outside and we're like, what the fuck are we going to do? So we're looking for stuff. He's trying to open the door. He tries to call the hardware people, whatever the case may be. Nobody's answering. So we're like kind of stuck. And then we had to like gather ourselves and figure out what we were gonna do. So now we go out the apartment complex, and something told me, do not let that door lock, because you know the door is obviously locked. Because in my head I'm thinking, if he got locked out of his apartment and we can't get in his apartment, what makes you think something's not going to make us get locked out of the actual apartment complex and then we would be stuck outside? So I put an empty bottle in between the doors so that the door wouldn't lock. And I said, we have to do that. I said, okay. I said, let's do that. I was the one that said that. And while I was doing that, I felt it, that presence, that something wasn't right. Something was not right. So luckily, because like I said, I'm not dumb. So that's what we did. But I remember that specific moment where we was about to leave. Something was like, do not let that door lock, because something is not right. So now, eventually we get in the apartment. So after, I would say like 30, 40 minutes. Now it's like 1 a.m. It's super late. And we get in his apartment. We're talking and we're just explaining the situation. So now he's like, yeah, something's not right. Because all just shook. We're all just like, what is going on? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, how did he just magically lock himself out his door? Like, and he said he never forgets his keys. So we're in the apartment, we're safe and sound. We start to calm down a little bit and we're like, okay, we should be good. So that's what happened. We fell asleep and then we got up. The next morning, we eat breakfast, and now we're talking a little bit more. So in the morning, I call my grandmother. And I'm talking to my grandmother, and my grandmother's like, something all right? And she starts praying. Like, she literally started praying. Like, I could not, even the feeling right now, like, while she was praying, we felt it, like something really was not right. Like, she was really praying, and we just had our heads down, and she was like on speakerphone on WhatsApp, and she started praying, and we're like, oh my gosh. Like, Kay was like, yo, I felt that. And I was like, thank you, grandma. Like, okay. She said, just stay safe, and all right, call, let me know. So I'm like, thank you, grandma. And, we get off the phone. So at that point, we were scared to leave. I was scared to leave. I was scared to walk out to that parking lot in the apartment complex. We didn't want to leave, but we had to leave. We had to get back to New York because we was like, no, we gotta go. But we were scared because we knew something wasn't right. So we leave and we get in the car and we start driving off. A couple of minutes after we start driving off, a car starts following us. So we're thinking, are we bugging? Like, the same car, mind you, we drove off early in the morning, 8, 9 in the morning. Nobody was really on the road. It was real quiet, you know what I'm saying? It was real calm. But then a car starts following us. Tinted, blackout tint. And y'all know, when it comes to the dealers and the scammers and people who are in the street lifestyle, there are certain types of cars that they have. They have a tendency to have certain type of cars. And that car was the type of car that most of those type of men or people in that lifestyle have. Blackout tint. It's following us. So we're like, nah, right? We switch up the route. We go into a gas station. So we go into a gas station, the car goes off, whatever. At that point, we're like, what the fuck? I'm starting to think to pray, and I'm starting to like, yo, we gotta like, mind you, when my grandmother prayed that morning, we was just like, she said it. She said she felt something wasn't right. She felt it. So now that we go, we're like, okay, whatever. So now we're driving, and we're very on alert, obviously, making sure that nobody's following us. So we drive, and obviously we get home. So now at this point, there's some weird stuff kind of going on with Shay's phone, and we're just like, you know. Afterwards, we kind of get a rundown of like the situation. The guy, Fried, he had just had a baby, and she's telling us like he is involved in shady and suspicious behavior. So we're like, yeah, no. Immediately, no. Thankfully, we got away. Thankfully, thank the Lord. But and if there's a red flag, if there's just go away. Turn around. We should have turned around from when we got to that motel. But like I said, thankfully, we got home safe. That's the main thing. After that situation, I'm gonna be honest, I was just very, very wary about those girls. And then also when I told other people about it, they was like, you never know, what if they could have tried to like set you up? Because I was the one that went out to talk to the guy, and he was just like, get in the car. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, it couldn't be them trying to set me up because her stuff was in his car and she came up. So like I said, that's why I was like, we really was about to get kidnapped, for real, like, read between the lines. So yeah, that is the story, y'all. What y'all think? You think they were trying to set me up? What you think? They were trying to kidnap us? You think it was just like a facade? It was a joke? Honestly, that shit was crazy. That shit was fucking crazy. Like, the moment that we got out that car late in the night, and when the father realized that he locked himself out his apartment, I said, yeah, this is not right. I was like, this is not it. Because, you know, some people know how to hack into phones and track you, and you don't know if he put an air tag in her car. That's the next thing we was worried about. And we was just like, you know, checking to make sure. But let me know what y'all think. That was a crazy ass story time. It was very serious. Like, y'all, God is on my side. Because let me tell y'all something. When another thing, he wasn't trying to give us a room. He wasn't trying to give us a room key. He was like trying to hesitate to not let us have a room key. And we was like, no, we need a room key. That's another thing. That's another key thing. It's like he didn't want us to have the key for the room. We had to ask for one. Like, it was just supposed to just be him having it. And we was like, nah, we need a room key. That's another thing too that I forgot to mention. But yeah, get in the comments. Get in the motherfucking comments. This shit was one of the craziest story times. I have other crazy story times, but this is one of the craziest ones. I wasn't even expecting to do it, to say it, but we're here. Look at the time. Look at the time, y'all. This is insane. It's 1 in the morning. So it's like spooky. It's like, no, but for real, y'all. Like this video. Give this video a thumbs up because this was a scary ass story time. Okay? Alright? Subscribe because I might do some more story times now, like from stuff way back. And comment down below what you think. Was being stupid. Like, it was just crazy. Like, I literally felt like I was in a movie. Yeah. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Bye. It's Kimakia, and you already know what it is. What's up? Later.